In today's video, we're going to talk about how to use your right arm in the backswing. Most golfers use their right arm pretty poorly in the backswing. That leads to all kinds of compensations on the downswing, big loss of power, poor contact, fat and thin shots. In today's video, we're going to talk about the 3 most important things you can do in your backswing with your right arm to increase your distance, really improve your athleticism, and start to hit some solid golf shots. The first movement in the backswing with the right arm that we're going to talk about is a bending or folding. This bending or folding is going to feel like a bicep curl. So what I mean by that is your thumb is going to get closer to your shoulder joint in the backswing. What I see with most golfers when they swing back is they actually move their elbow a really long way, but their wrist never gets closer to their shoulder. So what that looks like in a bad backswing is if I pull my right arm way behind me here, my right elbow gets really far behind. If you notice, my elbow is higher than my wrist joint. This is the opposite of what we want in the backswing with the right arm. So what I'm gonna do to demonstrate this bad movement is I'm gonna take a swing with one arm, but I'm gonna move my elbow the improper way. So if I swing back, move my elbow really far away, but I do not move the club head, you'll notice, again, the club head didn't go very far, but my elbow did. And we're hitting the ball with the club head. So we need that thing to move throughout the swing. So when I load my elbow, or when I load my elbow backwards behind me and my club doesn't move, now I have to create power some other way. So I'm gonna start to use my body a lot. I'll lift up my body, raise up my shoulder, just in an effort to get the club up in the backswing. So again, this is what it would look like with one arm doing my elbow the wrong way, pulling my elbow behind me, club doesn't move very far. And you'll notice I really move my body a lot just to try and get that golf ball, only hit it about 30 or 40 yards. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna demonstrate the proper way of folding the elbow. And again, a really easy feel for this is simply just taking your right arm, moving your thumb closer to your shoulder joint. It's gonna feel like a bicep curl in your backswing. So when I do this one arm drill the proper way, what you're gonna notice is my right elbow is not gonna move very far, but my club head is gonna move a really long distance. So when I start to hinge or fold my elbow, again, getting my wrist joint closer to my shoulder, now what's gonna happen is this club head's gonna travel a far distance. I'm not gonna have to move so much, dive into the ball in order to create some power. We're just gonna hit this ball here. So here we go, folding the arm. So I hit that one super well with one hand. It went, 20 times farther than the one where I did my poor elbow. So again, gonna demonstrate that one more time. So right elbow doesn't move very far. It just hinges up closer to us. The shoulder, again, or the elbow is lower than the wrist. That's what we're looking to have happen on this right arm drill. Gonna do this one more time. Trying to move the club head a long way and not move my elbow a long way. Again, so that one was even more pure than the first one. And loading my right arm is really important for intuition. And so what I mean by that is most golfers are right hand dominant. And when we're right hand dominant, we have all of our awareness, all of our feels in our right hand. For example, if I were to throw this golf ball, let's say 10 yards, I wouldn't really think of how to throw it. I wouldn't say, hey, bend my elbow this way, move my foot back. I would simply move in an athletic manner to throw this golf ball, 10 or 15 yards. Now, the reason that's so important to understand is if I were to do this the wrong way, for example, if I were gonna pitch this ball towards the camera here, I would feel like my elbow folds and pulls back this way. I would not load my elbow like this to throw this golf ball.
Swing tips got your head spinning like a slot machine? Let me help. I'm Martin Chuck, one of Golf Digest's top 7 instructors. And let me tell you exactly why most golfers stay stuck. Most golfers don't realize this, but every player has about 5 swing flaws. The key to improving isn't trying to fix them all, it's knowing which one to work on first. Because when you fix the right one, it creates a domino effect that clears up multiple other flaws automatically. At Performance Golf, we use a process called the immersion method to find and fix your root swing flaw. This is a 48-hour in-person experience where you work directly with me or one of our other world-class coaches to fix the one thing that's been holding your game back. We host these schools at beautiful locations across the country where golfers like you improve fast.
I like most about the school is they're not trying to rebuild your swing and start you from scratch and change your grip and change this and that. They look at your swing, they find the flaw, and you fix it. It's brilliant.
If that sounds like a breakthrough you've been waiting for, click below to see if there's a spot open. This could be the only thing that finally changes your game for good.
Now we're gonna hit one doing it the proper way and also hit one doing it the inefficient way. We're gonna see which golf ball goes farther. So here we go, the bad one first. Again, what we see on the bad one is the right elbow gets way behind us, it gets higher than our wrist, and then we really have to lunge at it to create some power. So here's the bad one. Again, I hit that really as hard as I could. It only went about 70, 80 yards. Now we're gonna do a good one here, trying to hinge this right elbow up like a bicep curl. See what we get. So much more solid shot, obviously way farther down the driving range. If you can load that right arm like a bicep curl, you're really gonna improve your athleticism and start to hit some farther, straighter golf shots. The second feel that I want you to have in order to load your right arm correctly in the backswing is what we call supination. So what that means is the right arm or the thumb is going to rotate outwards away from the middle of your body. We say the easiest way to remember it is like you're holding a bowl of soup, so you're holding your hand under. The reason this is so important is because if we swing back, again, with this right arm twisted to inwards, and this is going to be called pronation, the right arm cannot fold properly in the backswing. So what that looks like when I go back, if I twist that too much, now that right arm gets behind me, it looks a lot like that first step that we talked about. So the drill on how to improve your right arm supination in the backswing is we're going to take 3 or almost 4 of our fingers of our right hand off the club in the backswing. The reason for this is if I take my fingers off the club when I swing back, I can't push down into the left. That causes that pronation. So what it allows me to do is it allows me to rotate that right arm, feel like my forearm is facing more up towards the sky, and it also again points my elbow more underneath my lead elbow so I do not get that right arm pinned behind me where I have to lunge forward and really start to hit some bad shots. So the drill for this is we're going to take your normal glove hand grip, put your right hand wherever it may be in its normal spot. If you interlock or overlap, doesn't matter. And then you're going to take all of your fingers off except for your thumb and your pinky on the club. And again, the reason for that is that allows free rotation of the club face, free rotation of this right arm in the backswing. And what you'll notice is it actually goes with the first step, which is folding your right arm. So if we can put these two together, feeling the folding of the right arm, taking those fingers off as we swing, and again, you're just gonna punch this down the range. So we're only trying to hit this ball maybe 50 yards with a 7-iron. My fingers are off the club, nice rotation, and then just punch it out there. So I hit a really nice, super well struck shot, super shallow, just from making sure that my right arm supinates in the backswing. So if you're someone, again, that struggles with a steep downswing, you struggle with making solid contact, you really want to feel your right arm supinate in the backswing. So don't be shy of letting that face open or rotate to the right in the backswing. We'll be able to get it more square with the last step of the swing. The third most important feel that I want you to have in the backswing is what we like to call right arm abduction. And so all that's going to mean is when you swing back, if you can imagine your arms like doors, you're going to open those doors with your right arm in the backswing. So that's the easiest feel that I give all my students for them to understand how to work that. Now we're going to talk about when you need to do that in the backswing. So what I see with most golfers in this right arm movement is that they do this right arm movement way too soon. So if they do pull their right arm behind them or it does abduct to some degree, it happens way too soon. So again, you guys are going to see a lot of these similar backswings that I've been talking about is where this right arm really gets behind us. Again, super detrimental for how you create power, how you use your athleticism in the swing. So if we see this right arm get too far behind us too soon, we oftentimes then see a lot of the issues that we talked about before, lack of the right arm folding, lack of rotation to the right in the backswing. So the drill to help us not get too much abduction too soon and then get it at the right time is going to be where we take the club, put it right underneath our right armpit, and grab the club near the club head. And so the right arm is going to be pretty straight. Again, you guys can see this club is just underneath my armpit. What I'm going to do is when I swing back, I'm going to do a mini backswing where I turn to the right in my backswing where my right arm is going to supinate, and this right arm can't get too far behind me because the club is in the way. Now what we're going to do is take that club off of our body, fold it up to where it is perpendicular to the ground, and then pull this right arm behind us. So the goal is going to be try and get your right elbow behind your neck in the backswing. We just don't want to do it too early. So again, the drill is going to be the club grip right underneath your armpit, right hand all the way near the club head, so right arm is pretty straight. We're going to rotate to the right about halfway back in our backswing. We're going to take the club, hinge it up. Again, these are all things we've done before, and then pull this right arm behind us. So when we're actually making a swing and we're thinking about this right arm isn't going to pull too far behind us until our lead arm is about parallel to the ground. So that's when you're going to think about taking that right arm and pulling it behind you. It really allows you to create some depth, to create some rotation, and also create some power. So we're going to go ahead and do this the right way with this main feel and drill going halfway back here. Now this is where we feel that right arm go behind us. Left arm reaches up to grab it. That's going to be a great feel for us here in the backswing. Again, super pure shot there. Really nice contact. So guys, if you can learn how to abduct your right arm in the backswing, really going to lead to some power gains, some super solid contact. Now I want to recap those 3 most important movements you're going to do in the backswing. The first movement is your right arm folding like a bicep curl. The second movement is your right arm supinating or rotating to the right. And your third movement is this right arm abducting or pulling behind your body. So if we can make sure we do these 3 movements in the backswing where we have this right arm bending, this right arm rotating to the right, and this right arm abducting, we can start to hit some really nice golf shots like this one. All right, guys, if you enjoyed this instructional video, please comment, like, subscribe down below. I'll be answering those comments personally. Really look forward to hearing from you guys.